coming at you. OG versus Tundra. Dream League Season 14 powered by Intel. And we got Purge on the big screen. We got Kyle and Cap here as well. And we're going to talk about what Tundra can do better. And we're going to see if they can change something up in the draft to see if they have a better shot against OG. But the thing is, laning stage looked quite okay. maybe, Kevin, is there a way to punish the greed that OG played with this first game?
5 seconds remaining.
Oh, you're talking about Bloodseeker, basically. Or sorry, not Bloodseeker, Jug being able to buy Midas.
Yeah, to get all that. Like, is there a way to? I don't know. Then you're basically asking to outfight OG, right? And that's gonna be a tricky one.
I mean, it was lane specific. He got lots of kills in his lane. He was like 2-0-2 in the early game. So he basically had his typical free farm. Maybe you could argue, like, if there's a traditional offlaner or somebody that can survive okay against Jug Spin, then it's fine. It's more playable. It just feels like OG's better is what a lot of the fights boil down to, even though they do weird things. So I'm not sure if it's super draft specific. It's hard to say.
Remaining.
OG's just better, Kyle.
I mean, we kind of knew that coming into it.
Yeah.
OG's
This is, you know, small task playing against the squad. I think something like Coddle is the right direction to go, however. And OG, we're ready because that was exactly what they did. Who was their first matchup? Heikos, yeah. I believe they first picked Coddle and immediately OG Naga against them as well.
Yeah, that was their first game. That was the first game that they won as well.
10 seconds remaining.
And
5 seconds
remaining.
remaining.
That also should mean that Tundra knows this, because this is something that you could have prepared for, right? As far as preparation goes. And it is indeed one of, yeah. Alan, what are you thinking, Purge? It's like a puzzle we're trying to solve, but it's one that seems to not be having all the pieces or something.
It's a tough thing in Dota sometimes because you're like, oh, why did I lose that game? And sometimes, like I agree with the casters too. Like, I don't want to see my Juggernauts go that build, but the reality is, like, if you just don't die ever, then you can go almost any build and it's pretty viable. So it's like, how do you strategically predict how to beat that in the future? If they're just better at reading fights constantly, it's really difficult.
Gotta say, I dig the opener.
It's the exact same opener.
It is exactly what they beat Coddle with it already. They're showing the world.
I will tell you the rest of the draft, just so that I don't have to keep looking back. They opened with Naga, Monkey King, and then went into Rubik, Juggernaut, and Invoker. We'll see if they collect the 5.
Why is the Naga so good against Keeper of the Light?
Because Coddle, if you think about it, is going to create more opportunities to take team fights than other heroes, because he's going to bring heroes to him. In addition, very squishy. And so we saw OG have No Tail abuse the Coddle in lane by illusion spamming with an Orb of Venom. And then later in the game, you get this really cool reset song, Find the Coddle, and actually with Soxa playing it, if I'm not mistaken. And he also can then get the immediate Meteor Hammer. We saw Wombo combo fail miserably in a laughable fashion. It was a top clip.
Yes,
but when it worked, it worked. It's just, that's it. The fight's over. You hit 2 people with the Meteor Hammer. That's your 4 position, just winning you the game.
I guess there aren't any other supports that really give you that kind of reset button.
No.
Then obviously synergy with.
Yep.
Okay, well, surely there's got to be a way to punish this in lanes.
Turn to ban.
So there's a reason why Naga Siren is in port for... Right?
Well, it's their Coddle counter.
What if you put Coddle in a different lane? Because I assume Naga's typically for, like, let's hypothetically say you can put Coddle in a different lane, pick some support with a carry that's a good fighting combo, and you just kill the offlaner to death, kind of a thing, because Naga can't do much. I feel like that could be a solution potentially.
Put the Coddle as a 4 with, I mean, they already banned Bristle. But yeah, I could see where you're kind of leading with that. Just get a kill duo.
The lane that the Monkey King and the Naga on the off lane were up against was a Troll Coddle, which, to be honest, shouldn't be that bad, but they won the lane hard.
Yeah. Well, it's a really tough lane,
10
though.
seconds
remaining. I mean, they just hit so hard. The base armor on Naga's like 8. You're
5
doing minus
seconds
armor.
remaining.
Someone's going to grab an Orb of Corruption. Monkey King, one of the strongest laners. And Kyle just doesn't hit hard. Like, he doesn't really do much. And you're not going to get those full damage blasts off onto heroes if there's a Naga illusion constantly tracking you. So to Kevin's point, I'd love to see them coddle off lane with something really annoying like LC, Clockwork. Bristle would have been great. And then you just pick something
10
beefy that'll
remaining.
trade. But like, what trades against Naga Monkey King?
5 seconds remaining.
I feel like range course was probably the answer. They did troll. Seen a good drow in a while.
You can't drow into Naga though. That is just so sad because that's the big threat, right? OG could also just core the Naga. Like, we theory craft all this, but if you try and pick something,
It's all right click damage. TB has high armor. It's hard to fight into him during meta. Get some sort of just strong.
what if they just
Lady
song
five.
and Wukongs though? That's the like. It's just such a good double open.
We're betting out the Mars last. The hero's removed. Anything that is still spooky with the Keeper of the Light? Like, they could go for? No?
10
I mean,
seconds
Clockwork's good against
remaining.
both of these Naga as well as Monkey King. As
5
a
seconds
4 position
remaining.
if they're going to stick with the coddle.
I think OG goes for either No Tails hero or just a core again to keep the Naga still mysterious. Like, honestly, I think it'd be better off just like playing roulette with a Dota hero list.
Yeah.
And just saying, oh, that one, that's what they'll pick.
You could probably also make a good case for any
Radiant
single one of
team
them.
pick.
Ah, they go for the DP themselves. Strong hero.
Okay.
Oh, God.
She'll be difficult to kill at least once she grabs her magic resistance item, so Void Spirit's a little bit less scary.
You still have no idea what's a core. It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
good synergy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I wouldn't be
10
surprised if No
seconds
Tail's one
remaining.
of those guys who's like, yeah, let's play 5 Death Prophet. It's another one of those
5
zone team
seconds
fights, even though,
remaining.
the zone moves around the Death Prophet. She's still a hero that kind of wants that like moment to be able to set up, get out her ultimate. So very similar to King in that regard. Song reset is going to be great for that.
Turn to
The only other, what's the 5 position that works with it is like Disruptor. They do go with Clock. I'm down with that.
That kills everything on the OG side, and it secures their lanes in a way. It doesn't matter what's core, what's not. You're gonna have a good clock game. Although I actually think that makes it more likely
10 seconds
Naga
remaining.
core, because none of these heroes really deal with her whatsoever.
5 seconds remaining.
Maybe we should honestly. OG should play with handicap. I think we should just remove the reserve time. I think that would be a challenge.
Feels like this strat, like they just pivoted so hard between game 1 draft and game 2 draft that it makes them seem so difficult to play against. Like they just do everything so different than everybody else.
Radiant
I
team
feel like
pick.
that throws everybody on the back foot.
I've got the
Waste
idea,
one.
actually.
All right.
4 cores.
MudGolems plays Captain's mode while OG plays Captain's draft.
Oh,
Hey.
Limit their hero pool.
I'm so sad that no one. We have no captains. yet.
10 seconds
We had the
remaining.
one in DC 4 years ago. It's one of my favorite events.
5 seconds remaining.
I wish that we were more like China in Europe as well, where everybody queues random to draft in their high MMR game. More fun.
Yep.
What is...
I mean, I wouldn't put support Gyro past them. We saw Gyro off lane earlier today, right?
Yeah, we did.
It's good and it's like okay in the laning stage, but after that it kind of feels wrong.
I feel like it's a tops and last pick. I mean, honestly, I got no clue. I'm just guessing. I'm not going to do this. I have no idea.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and guess. 1 Monkey King, 2 Gyro, 3 Death Prophet, 4 Naga Siren, and No Tail. Either that or No Tail.
10
I actually have
seconds
seen
remaining.
a pub with a Gyro mid against a Void Spirit, and Gyro did pretty darn well.
5
So I
seconds
could
remaining.
see that for sure. Rocket Barrage is just an insane amount of damage against melee heroes, so
Forced him
I like
to
the Ursa pick, though.
assimilate.
I also think it's Gyro mid, but I think Naga's going to be mid ones. I don't actually know. It might be. I think Nagacore makes the most sense, but because OG knows that MudGolems would expect
OG's
it, I
turn
think
to
they
bat.
won't do it. It's sort of like rock, paper, scissors. Everyone always throws rock, but everybody knows that everyone throws rock. So if you throw,
Doesn't everybody throw scissors?
that's why you throw rock.
Oh.
I can't help but think it's going to be Naga support though, because I don't really like any of these other heroes too much as a support. I mean, Monkey can work, but against like an Ursa core, I feel like Naga's going to do way more to just be support and sit and ready, get ready to drop the song or throw the ensnare at the right time. At least all of the OG heroes are like very individually tanky, so Ursa is generally going to be effective against them. I like that aspect of the Tundra lineup so far. Now they're banning out Venom.
And Venomancer. Two very different kind of heroes.
The
One
Venom,
is a sit in place,
dude, Veno,
push out lanes.
Veno makes them like you
10
never team
seconds
fight, and the
remaining.
Ursa's game is miserable.
Yep. So the best off lane against
5
Ursa, it
seconds
seems.
remaining.
And a Veno Naga offlane. That's the Ursa. You're just so sad. Whoever's on like clock just has to go absolutely
Radiant
insane.
team
Like you need to
pick.
kill him in it. As the OG team fight is just
Man. And then Saga Siren goes off. Wait a couple of seconds, all of a sudden, Wukong's command, Exorcism, Spirit Siphon out on a couple of heroes, and then the Gyrocopter Bomb gonna be on its way.
10 seconds.
With that said though,
remaining.
outside of like
OG's
easy
turn
song
to
setups,
bat.
they do not have great initiation on OG. Outside of like Monkey Stun from trees.
there's really limited AoE for now if they choose to.
So are they trying to put that Viper into the Monkey King, kind of no matter what? Is that the
10
idea?
seconds remaining.
To try and lane it
I
against?
don't know. Gee, what do you think?
Safe lane.
I mean, at this point, I'm listening to you three talk about this draft, and it is just very clear that OG is thinking about Dota in a whole different way than any of us is.
Can we ask
Yeah,
Twitch chat?
that's great.
What
I
do
mean,
they
at
think?
this point, I wouldn't.
Choose your
Okay, that's a perfect
That's the
reaction.
Thompson hero.
All right, all
I'm
right.
gonna post it on Reddit first.
And DP5, correct.
I think we all saw that one coming. Sniper against the Viper and the Ursa, you know, quite easy to kite them. Really good against the Coddle. Offlane Viper, yeah. I mean, I think Thompson will beat. I recuse myself.
Okay, Sniper versus maybe the Piggy has some good enough.
Yeah, hang on. Yeah, that sounds about right.
That sounds about right. Any
what I
final
would say.
words, Purge, from you of this these 10 heroes on the board?
I left all my dog toys upstairs, so I can't combo here. No, I got nothing good to say. I don't know how this. I have faith in OG, but if it was any other team doing this, I'd be like, yeah, they're gonna lose. Death Prophet 5's not gonna pay off. It's just too weird.
That's OG in a nutshell, right there. Thank you so much, Purge. Why are you guys standing anyway?
I don't know.
T-posing OG energy.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out what kind of crazy shit
He's
they're doing
centering
right
his
now.
chakras right now so that he can properly, I don't know, Naruto. I don't know.
What?
That's Naruto, right?
Chakras?
Yeah.
That's like
Eastern
any kind of
philosophy,
yoga,
yoga.
kind of chakras opening, flowing thing. That's not what? That is not necessary. What?
All I know is
Begin.
OG's feeling themselves, just like Cap. Oh, actually, they're feeling themselves in a different way. Cap might be feeling himself a little too much. Maybe OG is too.
All
you know?
right, let's not make this dirty, Kyle. I'm feeling the OG lineup. You know, they've got a Death Prophet 5 position. Sniper, he's going to get the shard to
Yeah.
protect himself against the clockwork.
You know
Oh
what?
yeah, I love the sniper
the
shot.
worst shard in like the entire game.
I
Concussive
think
grenade.
that regardless, this is going to be an entertaining game, made more entertaining by our commentary team of Odie, Pixel, and Fog. Let's go to them.
Prepare for battle.
Yeah, thank you very much, Steve. Yeah, very excited to see what OG's going to show us with this draft here. And if it is them sort of pushing it out a little too far with how crazy they've gone, I mean, Fog, what do you reckon? What are we going to see here?
I think we're going to see a Mage Slayer Sniper 100% this game. I think that Thompson is one of the few players that has been playing it on every single one of his games in pubs, and I think this item actually might start getting picked up a lot more when I've been just looking at it overall, and I'm looking at a hero that's very good versus Void Spirit. I think versus every spirit in the game, I think we might be seeing this Mage Slayer item get picked up versus Void, Embers, Storm Spirits, etc. It just seems like it's going to be one of those harder counters. However, we're going to have to look at OG's whole lineup. As they said, it's a 5-core.
It really is. It really is. Notel playing the support, Death Prophet, Saxa playing the support, Naga Siren. Mid one on the safe lane with the Gyro. Bottom. I mean, over on the side of Tundra, we've got some pretty more standard stuff, right? There's nothing sort of too surprising with who's playing what.
No, just an overall lack of stuns across the board of the game is really what I'm seeing. Sure, we've got mini stuns and whatnot, like from Clockwork, and we got some Aether Remnant that comes out from the Void Spirit, but we have your very non-traditional stunning lineup as, you know, Boundless Strike, Hook Shot are your probable best stuns, and I guess an Ensnare in the midst of the works. And, I mean, Homing Missile, like we said, there's very little stuns, so it's going to be, I feel like we're going to have some pretty weird fights kicking off here a lot of the times.
Well, let's see how Thompson can do here in the lane. I mean, how will he do? I mean,
he'll do great.
Well, why do most people not play Sniper? Well, what's wrong with this era? Why do so many teams not want to ever touch it?
I've been seeing it get picked up a little bit more in pubs. I think he's been what he is forever. He's risky. You get collapsed on and you're just dead. But I feel like that's where the Mage Slayer might be that difference maker. I've seen him do it on the Sniper in pubs before too, and maybe he can actually hold his ground in the midst of it. I think also they have great ways of resetting and restarting fights, right? They have Naga Siren, so you can kind of dictate what fight you actually take. So that's probably why they were inclined for that Sniper.
Side lanes. Who's under sort of the biggest pressure here? Is there any sort of duo lane that you can see causing issues early for either side?
I could see the bottom lane if they just misplay it all, really. There's a lot of potential that I can see just from Chakra Magic and just spamming Earthshock. Although Earthshock's cooldown, of course, has got greatly increased since his prime. I'm going to hold that for a second as top the missiles coming out in 33.
Down, they've got the Rocket Barrage. 33 is trying to hide in the trees, but they've got it. Flood here, the safe lane of OG, this Gyro Death Prophet duo.
I was going to say that I do believe the offlaners in particular in this game look like they should have a pretty tough one. Because even top, this is a double range. And even as wonky as it kind of does sound, they can definitely set up for kills. Like, Viper is so slow. If they ever see a position where Viper is close to their tower, they can likely make the aggressive move.
To be very careful how far it comes out there, 33.
And they also, like, No-Tail gets a big benefit that he's actually playing versus a hero like Clockwork, even though he's a 5 death prophet, which is so weird, but the Spirit Stuff actually kind of value.
So far in the mid lane,
Consider
Nine having the slight lead here against Thompson. I think this is expectable. I think the lane is easier to play at the first few levels as the Void. You're just going to have an easier time with CS. And sure, you're going to be constantly peaked by the Sniper, but that pulse will protect you from...
I mean, 9 has to be a little careful here. Thompson actually juked.
He might just be dead,
9 actually might... You were saying that as he
I was
walked up trying to get aggressive.
I was saying, he's fine, he popped the shield. But yeah, Thompson really pushing him to the limits there.
It's different because Thompson doesn't need to expend nearly like anything pretty much on actual regen besides his initial, because he just is always so far back. He's getting clipped by a couple of these resonant pulses, but we see 9 is really getting bullied because of that mid ward that Thompson has.
Trying to make a go onto 23. Now Bimble coming in with a rocket barrage damage. Taking down, they'll lose No-Tail. Mid-one is going to be able to clean up 33 in return. So, losing the offlaner for a support. OG's carry getting the cleanup kill. We're very happy with that sort of trade.
I I thought Seb would have a little bit of a harder time down bottom, but he's actually owning. Just like the last time I actually saw him play Thompson, I think he's doing great.
He's trying to stand his ground here, but Nine's got a DD. Thompson trying to keep it. This is going to be able to do it. Oh my goodness! Steps to the side, gets the kill. I mean, in Nine, he tasted that. You know, he sets up the remnant. He gets the DD for himself. But Thompson just able to kite it. Top lane, 33. He's now getting back and he's cleaning up this lane. Takes down the two of them. Both Midborn and No-Tail taken out there this time by Tundra.
Cannot believe Thompson actually survives and gets the kill there. That's so crazy. I was mentioning, Sabby's actually doing so well bottom. Like, he's really leading over the Ursa right now. I know Sox is really messing with this lane down here, just with these illusions, constantly pulling it and just resetting the positioning. But wow, I thought Seb would at least get slowed down. He's got like every single last hit in the lane.
Let's see that replay again. Look at this. I mean, look, you know, Nine, he's smiling then. He's like, okay, I've got the DD in, just a few hits, just one more, just up down.
What was that? 3 out of 4 hits. He got the headshot from?
Thompson gives it a little bit of a smile there. I mean, you gotta. That was close. That was close.
Every little thing mattering.
Nine back to the lane, but all his bottle charges. So again, this harassment from Thompson. Yeah, Nine. He's got no regen.
And Thompson 6. So, I mean, of course, he doesn't skill the assassinate. He actually gets the extra point in the headshot, but the threat is there. So 9 actually has to back away. Yeah. Sure, he can play around with it with the assimilate, but
see any signs of what Midborn's roadmap's going to be? Crazy builds. Him?
He's on Falcon Blade probably, right? Yeah.
As it seems to be now on this court. Well, 9. Got to dissimilate. Thompson, has he got any more shrapnels? He's got one more shrapnel. 9's in trouble.
He's just getting peeped. He will be able to run away. But Thompson's trying to find the angle, right?
I mean, there's no way he finds it. Surely not. It was close, but not quite getting it. Top lane. No-Tail will go down. See if Midborn can find either of them in return. It looks to be a little difficult now. Fiver. Oh. He'll live, and Midborn, he won't. Another 2 kills on this top lane now, where Tundra, they're really starting to punish this greed of this Gyro Death Prophet safe lane. 33, he's getting kill after kill now.
Viper playing it really nicely, being able to isolate them and just play really on the skin of his teeth there. As Sox looks like he's trying to mess with and just get some information on stacks, because he got an illusion rune. He's trying to out-micro them, and looks like it's kind of going to work. They're not going to bother chasing. I'm just still seeing Seb all the way at the top of this net worth. I mean, this is a really good start for them. 7 minutes, and he's nearly level 7. 9. That was weird. He had the ensnare on him as he left to dissimilate. That was a very weird interaction.
Yeah, I guess he...
Same frame?
I mean, yeah.
Caught him as he dissimilated?
Yeah, same time he was going in, yeah. Must have been.
It looks like it. Midborn now level 6 up top.
Now level, yeah.
Much harder now for 33.
Still though, he's level 7, he's on the side. And he's going to fight. He's going to turn around, try to get the damage done, but this time backups here from Seb. Seb will come across. They do still lose Midborn. Getting the kill on the way out. C9 off to the retreat, jumping into the pit, but Seb and Thompson, they're looking to chase. Boundless strike down on the 2. He's got an upper astral step, Viper. The cogs. Just enough distance to get out of there. No-Tail still trying to chase on towards Fire. Actually, Seb, he's not done either. Goes in with the spring, onto Viper. Viper's going to be fine. 9, in with the invis, maybe seeing if he can come out and burst one of the 2 of them. He's going to look towards No-Tail. No-Tail having deciphered the last charge of it. So after this comes to an end, he's going to be in a bit of trouble. He's going to try to TP out, but Viper's over with the cogs. They will punish No-Tail for his attempt to chase.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Crazy aggressive coming out. Already toward that top lane. Down 33. Goes bottom. And mid one. He just went there.
Yeah, he's died a few too many times here now as the Gyro. You know, this ain't no No joke from last game. Mid-1 definitely having a much rougher start here.
He can't just spin to win this time around. He actually just has to show up to the fights, and he's very fragile when he does. See, Thompson gets himself a nice. He actually stacks a triple stack, so he's got something to work with, and we see it queued up already, right? He's got the Mage Slayer queued up. We knew he was going to do it.
I mean, as we stressed, it's just, you know, it's such great stats, everything to have. You know, it's all you could want as sort of a, especially as this sort of squishy agi core that also has a great range of attack, right? You know, anytime a hero's coming at Thompson, he gets one hit on them, and then sort of, you know, the combo, you know, heroes like this Void Spirit, the damage output is not only reduced, but he also has that magic resistance. So the chance is, if Nine comes in and drops all of his abilities onto Thompson, it's probably only going to do half his HP, even at that, once the reductions come into play.
Yeah, I guess I think this item is going to look to get picked up a lot more by these agi cores, in particular versus the spirits. Just the spirits really get countered. So even like Pox, Leshrax, I think this will be an item on the rise. You just get so much out of it. Seeing the invasion coming out from Tundra, they will be able to maybe get No Tail here as he steps up a bit more and also take away some bounties.
Let's have to jump in. Set up Siphons. Oh, helping him a little bit. Quite a bit. Not able to get those swipes stacked up. Tail will fall 9 for 4. Tundra doing a very good job of getting these kills this time around.
Viper, he's actually got eyes on Thompson, but now he's in the middle of 4 heroes.
He's just going to turn over the water. Viper needs help. Is he going to get it? 33 is thinking about getting involved. Viper already fallen.
Dire's middle
Viper's down, and the rest of Tundra Esports, they back off.
Close to him it was really close to him actually finding Thompson at low HP there. They just had turned up right afterwards. He's getting this nice ward on the high ground, being able to see the invasion. They just wrapped around him. As we see Thompson again, he's stacking up some camps, looking to finish up this Mage Slayer. And Skeeter, he's just continuing to get closer and closer to his Battle Fury. He's only one piece away. So he's also still having a really good time on this Ursa.
That's wild though. We saw him there could camp stacks here. Top 8. He's done 9 stacks already, just 11 minutes in all by himself. Some incredible efficiency on the sniper.
He does them a lot of times. He goes to farm them at the timing of when you can stack. So he just like peeps each one once, throws a shrapnel into the third, and he actually stacks 3 camps at a time. So it's just efficient movements, as you said.
Definitely feels that this time round, you know, we saw last game, Mid-1 sort of take the spotlight. This game, it's going to be Thompson carry. He's the carry.
Absolutely. I mean, him and Mid-1, or him and Stab, sorry.
Oh, and Stab, yeah, that's true. Actually, Stab is making a pretty good support. As they do manage to get it on Thompson. Caught in the midst of the river. They're going to try and jump in for more. Mid-1, focused by Skeeter, but he's able to line him up for now. No Tail instead move over to jump towards Father on the back lines. There's DD already in the river. Mid-1 will grab that and say, oh, far. Back to the jungle.
And they will find Thompson, though. Remember, it is still the sniper that was picked into some heroes that can get on top of him. Clockwork, one of the better ones, and the Void Spirit still can collapse on him. He doesn't have that Mage Slayer finish just yet, so very vulnerable.
Just a bit of an awkward position for him to be in, just sort of standing in the front of the river. See, thanks to that bit of the move. Skeeter, he's going to hit very good timing on the battlefield. This Ursa's, without a doubt, going to be able to keep up in farm. If the Battle Fury does come out within this next minute, he's going to be farming in a pace that, you know, Thompson might be able to keep up with, but the rest of them are going to struggle unless they're finding kills.
And they're even looking to set up for Mid-1 is low HP bottom, 700. They'll show themselves finally, though, as No Tail puts a ward down. They'll be able to farm safely, and looks like they are finishing up a couple items here. And 33 just keeps forcing this top lane as hard as he possibly can. They have this ward behind, a nice little juke there by Stoxo.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh, 5 are back. 4 is here. Barter by the side, Seb. Thinking about charging this part of the tree. They're not prepared for this. The Wukong's command is dropped down. 9 is brought across. Snare pops in. The assassinate coming down. Barter just trying to run. Have they got any other damage to catch him, though? It doesn't look like it. Barter's already out.
He gets away.
They get themselves all out of there. 9 might go back in.
I cannot believe the coddle.
9.
Now they're going to turn.
He's looking for a way to get in on this. Saxon's going to try the TP out. They got the remnant. Ooh. Good attempt from 9, but not quite quick enough there.
That was so close, and nice by Pod of recalling the rest of his team up there just to be sure that they can guarantee that they get this tower. And it's going to save the TP for Skeeter, so he can look to go back bottom if he'd like to. And hey, Battle Fury's done. Very good timing for him, and he'll be able to keep that pace going. Mid one, he's going for his own farming item, going for Master Madness to try to match. It's going to be tough to match the Ursa for some time.
Goes out with no tail in an attempt to finish off this tier 1 tower bottom.
Are fortified.
Thompson, Mage Slayer on its way. He's going to go for the Aghanims next in this build.
Oh, that's okay.
I mean, I can see him sort of going Ags, and then I wonder if we see some in wild, like the sort of full-out magical build, you know, where you sort of go for like the E-Blade, cooldown reducing items.
Middle tower is under attack.
And the Blink, you know, obviously. Arcane Blink, Octarine, E-Blade, dude, that's the build.
He's grabbed up here by Viper.
They get Viper. Don't want to get any more out of this. And they're going to have 9 jumping in. 9 commits. They have a burst through no tail.
It's not your existence.
Find themselves the trade.
Feels happy when he gets Viper striked as the 5 death prophet. He tipped 33 almost instantly right after that. I don't know. I think Thompson might actually have to go for a little bit more right-click damage. I think this Ags is really nice because the catch, as we mentioned, is really, really awful. And, I mean, just the stun versus Void Spirit could get him killed a lot of the times. But, I mean, we'll see. I've seen a couple builds from Thompson in his pubs. I'm trying to remember them off the top of my head because it's usually like this. It's usually Mage Slayer into this, and then I think he still goes right-click damage after.
Yeah, we'll
open for change.
We'll see how much fun he wants to have with it. I said that if you do get like the Octarine and the Arcane Blink, you know, that cooldown's down to like a few seconds. You're just popping assassinates out left, right, and center. But you're right. It's not necessarily very good.
I've noticed something.
It's a little too far.
These players like Thompson, you know, they understand where the build hits its limit, unlike you, where you just overcommit and you just full commit the build into one thing.
Now, come on, I'm telling you, my Aghanim Shard, Octarine, Arcane Blink, Wind Ranger build, it's going to catch on soon.
Getting some time to catch up.
Yeah, I mean, it's a close one, this one. 60 minutes at 11 for 8. It's been up and down a little bit. I mean, it's just sort of an interesting dynamic, you know, the OG's lineup has got, as usual. It was sort of the fact that they do have these 3 cores getting very well into carries, whereas Tundra is going to be more about just making sure that Skeeter has a solid game. Interesting build for Skeeter as well. Goes for the Battle Fury and then does actually go for the Blink after the Battle Fury. So what does it sort of say to you? Is it just sort of getting on top of Thompson?
I mean, that used to be the style.
I mean, it did
always versus the sniper. Everyone get Blink to collapse on him. So
yeah.
And with this recall, this is nice. He actually recalls it into the Roche pit. This is not going to be expected, and yeah, no way OG can contest this. We said OG, they're looking to just get their farm on, finish up the Meteor Hammer in particular on Sox, so that he can be that big fighting force. They're gonna have to weather the storm of now this Aegis push that's coming out. We got a Thompson down.
They're straining on top of him. They're popping the song. Sax is trying to save him. The Remnant's down though, and inside the Pudley's taking a lot of damage. Thompson, and he can't get out of it. Will go down. They can still have down on the 33 as they take down Viper. They'll also get the Viper. I think if they can get everyone else out of here though, Tundra, they'll be okay with this. Losing 2 heroes, but slowing down Thompson's game. And also a fight. No-Tail has used it. The Exorcism, multiple ults will use, so if Tundra can make sure they don't lose anything else here, this will be okay for them. 9.
It's a long ensnare, and now a long silence.
He's coming in from the side, but 9 he's just straight dead. And Skeeter, he's got to run. If they've got any sort of chase, Seb has got the Primal Spring up if he wants to try and continue to go for this, but Fiver's back in the game. They won't dive any further.
He had yours.
Did he have all his spells on cooldown? He stood there and he got ensnared.
I'd have to see it. He had duels and his full 20 stick up. He didn't use either.
I mean, dude, he was walking around right next to the Naga Siren.
Well, he got, because then he got silence after, but he had Yules up for quite some time, and then just, I think he got hit by a, I have to rewatch.
Do we have it clicked on it? I know this is actually just after.
No,
yeah,
Yules is up. And the Wand.
Wand is up.
I guess he may get hit by the Boundless,
sure,
but he's not waiting for some time.
Yeah, that's, yeah, I guess he sort of just turned off for the moment, Nine, and was maybe thinking about other things looking elsewhere on the map. I don't know, but yeah, he just lets himself die. Skeeter, going on to No Town. Taking down the Ursa pretty quickly the Watts. As the Aegis from the second time over towards the mid. 33 commits with the Vibe Strike out onto Saxa. Skeeter trying to jump out up to the high ground and away. Won't make it out of there. But that is Tundra going through the Aegis and not really getting too much more time with it. They get a couple of kills, but no, nothing objective-wise.
No, definitely didn't get as much as I feel like they had wanted to here. As I think OG, they can just reset. They did lose Topson, which was pretty huge for them, but they can reset and they're still in a comfortable spot. I mean, mid one is now, he's getting that farm on, right? That's why they have this big kind of like triple scaling lineup. If one dies, the other can pick up the weight. Mid one has Manta pretty much done, so he's still pretty farmed on this gyro.
He's slowly cruising along. You know, it's no Midas spots sort of farm timing as we saw last game, but definitely making a very solid recovery, seeing as he did have this beginning where he pretty much died 4 times back to back, but that has all been left in the past now as he manages to keep on track with Skeeter as well. Skeeter, of course, he's an Ursa who got a great timing on a Battle Fury, so definitely very impressive to see from mid one in terms of the recovery he has made.
Vada have been stalking him for quite some time now, but Vada will be able to get away as a lot of rotations coming out. Tundra, they do not want this to happen in mid one. He's sticking around.
Seb's looking for this.
I know.
Does he want to go for Vada?
Hook shot. They're setting up. They're bringing Soxa. They want to use the sleep here.
Yeah, Seb's giving them the info from the back lines, and they'll take Fire out straight away over the Boundless Strike. Song in place from Saxa. He's looking to set things up for the Meteor Hammer onto the Wukong's command. The combo executed to perfection.
Like years in the rain.
Dire are scanning.
We're not done yet. They're looking for 9. 9 should be fine though. Still have to simulate. Astral Step. Wheels up in a second. Over to the side he goes. Can catch this. Seb, oh, nice move.
Cuts it.
Turns, cuts the tree of Seb. He's got to stimulate up in a second, but the snares out. He's got no options left.
What a nice read there by OG too. I think I've been watching Seb stalking the Coddle a lot of the times. I think he wants to make sure to take him out. The blinding light's been frustrating him a bunch there, and they get this beautiful setup because of it. They overchase. I saw Sox actually pop the tome right before that happens, so he gets level 2 song for the radius as well. Charges in, catches everybody. Perfect from OG.
Radiant's
This is why they love the Saxon Naga Siren and why they pick it up as early as they do. You don't get much better setup than what you could do as this Naga Siren Meteor Hammer in the game. This is as good as it gets, and Saxon just executes it perfectly. Pretty much all the time. So there was that clip the other day, but other than that, you know, he does it perfectly.
Yeah, you know, everyone trips up once. Twice though, you know, Soxa, we can't let you do it twice. Perfect, on point, and it feels like it's every time that it's going to be the 2 heroes that are next to each other, just like we saw the other day from them playing it, and the frequency now, right? He had popped the tome right before, that's a level 12, level 2 song, so they only got 20-second downtime now after they all do respawn and start getting into their position. So OG, they can probably look to just do something like that again, because Wukong's has pretty much same synergy with that 110-second cooldown. And now they got a full round of items coming out too, the BKB in particular on Seb, so he can play. He can actually stay in his Wukongs, because now, like I said, 2 or 3 times now I've seen the Coddle blinding lighting him out, stick on targets, and yeah, these fights are going to get harder and harder, it feels like, for Tundra. 9? Almost shows his face in mid.
You're ready for him here, OG.
Skeeter has a fresh BKB now as well, too, so he's quite a bit stronger inside of these fights, too. He's just been getting... It's really just been him getting isolated. The fights just start out and 2 people are dead, so they have to back away. They're going to smoke. They'll look to get their own initiation.
Oh, they see Topson. Can they get on top of him? And we we go. Skeeter's running down the river. He's ready to make the jump. They're in. They're on him. But the song is there. Sax is in with a counterplay. Puts a stop to the attempt from Viper. And for Skeeter, Hammer's going to come crashing down onto 33 and 9. Eagles come on out as well. Part of the fall. The instead, only 33 in position in the midst of this Monkey King ult as they take down a second. Saxus ticking down low. He will also end up falling to the damage over time. Seb's going to continue to try and chase on, see if he can catch out 9. Over he goes, 9 out to the side. 9 will live. So they do get Thompson. They do get Saxa. They lose a couple in return for it. So definitely not the worst there for Tundra. They keep Skeeter alive. And even though OG do drop the big combo, they don't manage to kill either Skeeter or 9.
Fortified.
Can they get any more kills here? It looks like 9 was chasing, but we're seeing them. I mean, they stuck Thompson for sure. Skeeter with the blink, 9 as well. They both just stayed right on top of him, kind of playing on the outskirts of the Wukong, being able to set up for that kill. It'll be pretty decent. 2 for 2 when they have to blow so much on OG. All 3 ults getting expended.
See this as well for Thompson. He is queuing up the shard next. I mean, Cap said he didn't like the shard. I thought this shard's pretty good, isn't it? You don't rate this shard very highly?
Disarm.
You know, yeah, against heroes like an Earth, if you're able to catch him when the ult's down.
What if he's BKB? Then it's useless, right? So, I mean, I'm a little mixed on it. It's 9. It's instant assassinate.
When next you turn around,
Okay.
I will be there.
Part of trying to, I was going to say, they've got to slide him out of it. 4 staffs, as soon as he does make a go, they're in on him. He's away around these room spawns. Looks like we'll be able to secure 3 of them. Seb's going to continue to chase on with fun. He's getting this kill. Off to the side, no doubt. Getting a chance to Skeeter, but blink. Damage flies in. 33 having to hide in the tree. The Seb's around it. Seb, after he's gone for this BKB, can now start to look back to scale. Ags on cue next. And they got to put a little bit of a wander through that jungle quite confidently, not expecting them to make the jump on her. They did. Had quite a kill streak as well, that mid one, of course. 7 kills, so Skeeter getting a good bit of money for that. 700 gold.
That's nearly the Basher finish. Yeah, it's going to be really nice for him to be able to stick on targets, and getting him closer to an Abyssal is definitely the absolute dream versus the Sniper and Gyro. And he committed. He bought the shard. So, I mean, when the BKBs are down, the shard definitely has its merits, but let's see how it works out at 9.
The assassinate. He's knocked down for a good amount of time, not quite long enough. 9's able to jump out. Sisters being popped by No-Tail, but taking some heavy hits at 133. Also getting bashed by Roche.
Of course.
Getting very, very low. The rest of Tundra, though, weren't looking to chase at that moment in time. They had to sort of back off, wait for the exorcism to come to an end.
How many 4-steps does OG? Okay, they have the 1 4-step. So they will have at least one way to reset Thompson's positioning. Still a little tough for him, so I guess that's why he's also looking at this concussive grenade. If he gets 4-stepped away, he can get maybe even the blink off, then he can reset. He's just going for this very obnoxious build that's going to be in the midst of everything, doing a lot of damage and just controlling too. While mid one is able to go for the full carry build now. So, I mean, maybe you're right. Maybe we could see some shenanigans with the build deviating.
And I know, as you said earlier, you're a bit concerned if he didn't get sort of the right click, but I think he gets away with it just because of the fact, you know, he has Seb, you know.
Yes.
He's essentially, he's going to be sort of late game carry with it once he has his axe and then whatever his first sort of big carry item is going to be on top of that.
Is in position.
Quick shot. He's able to start things off, trying to split with one off the side. Seb jumping over. He's looking for the connection on Survivor. He'll find it. Boundless strike straight down, and Piper's out of the fight.
It's all around this Roche area too that they both really want to control.
Radiant's
Sentry's being placed down, and OG starting it with the butterfly on the gyrocopter. He can just stand there and tank it. He'll be fully sustained. Got a sentry on the high ground too. And yeah, Sox is going to keep scouting now with these illusions to give information of when they are trying to come in. Let's see what type of angle approach Tundra does look to take. Is, I mean, the Roche is dying.
Struggling to get in at all. No, just leaving. They want to do it for himself. Actually, Midwell stepping out. Look at what's 33. 33 points. BKB tries to get away, but his butterfly is a heavy hit from Midwell. At the same time, Skeeter's been able to find the backlines. Jump jumps in, commits fully onto Thompson, takes out the Sniper, down for a minute. Now he moves over towards mid one in range, pop, but he's been Sniper. Trying the best to kind of find him, coming back up to lock mid one down. Allows Skinner to finish the kill. The song comes out for Saxa, but not before they've lost 2 core. Saxa trying to turn with a hammer onto 2 of them, but OG, they're just on a retreat here. They have to get out. Saxa's not going to be able to escape. The Bashers are there. They get the kills, and OG, they didn't finish Roche. So now Skeeter's able to step in. Tundra's going to get this for themselves.
And the angle of approach did not work. They tried to OG's actually the one who chased out trying to get 33. Almost kill him immediately, but it actually put Thompson. They found out where he was because of that, and Skeeter can just fully commit onto him from on top.
Dire's middle tower
Yeah, with
is under
the
attack.
concussive grenade, just as you said, isn't going to do anything when he's in with the BKB. So he's going to have very little ways to be saved, as there's only so much his team can do when that BKB is up as well from the Ursa. Saxa can't do anything with the song. So most of these fights, if they get vision of Thompson and Skeeter's able to make the jump, they will get the kill.
They got to, I mean, I'm trying to think how they actually protect Thompson a little bit. It's really only, No-Tail's literally the only one who can right now with the Force Staff. It's going to be problematic. It's going to have to be that, or they literally just have to have, I mean, Fox is Aghanims, but that takes a long time to be able to ensnare through the BKBs. They have to just be playing more aware of the positioning, I guess, just in a way, because Seb and, or in particular, mid one peeled them away into a weird spot. So I think they just have to be playing more as a unit.
I mean, yeah, I guess Imsley could by himself he could just get, like, do you think a Ghost Scepter would make much difference if he does just pick that up on Thompson? I guess, buy him time to if he's not getting hit then by the Ursa, maybe obviously he's going to need the Ghost Scepter and the Blink, but then he's going to have some sort of chance of escaping.
I could definitely see an argument for it. Yeah, I mean, versus the Ursa, it always is going to be nice. Just not very great versus anyone else.
Yeah, true. To be benefited by it. I mean, it's a hard game. And for a sniper, that's not surprising, right? Because it's a sniper. This hero is, it has its vulnerabilities when it's playing against these gap closers.
I just want to see him shoot the grenade. Okay, here we go. I got to see him shoot. He used it in the base as I said it. I hadn't seen it yet, so it's kind of cool. Oh, and he also has the Quicksilver amulet. Okay, that makes sense. So he used it to actually go faster. Getting close to Abyssal on the Ursa. I mean, Skeeter's still off to a great, great game. Like 5-0-4. He's really just the cement for this team at the moment.
He's playing it perfectly. This carry Ursa. You see that on the farm. Mid-1, I said, for the most part, Mid-1's done an excellent job of keeping up the farm of Skeeter, but at this stage, Skeeter is just such a potent hero. He jumps, commits on Mid-1 or Thompson with this Abyssal, and they're going to struggle. It's for sure. Mid-1 has got the evasion of the butterfly, but Thompson for sure. He is so vulnerable to the Abyssal Blade Ursa.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is too is like Skeeter has done an excellent job of just this game of just himself and the target priority he's doing. He's always getting the right target, while Mid-1 is being super reckless this game, right? 6 deaths. He's had 4 deaths before the 15-minute mark. Skeeter definitely the MVP for me right now, how he's been controlling, and he's got Abyssal, so he's got a really big power spike. He can even, if they see Seb even out of position now, like anybody on the side of OG can just die.
He kills anyone
from his Ursa.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, especially with any sort of backup.
Yeah, and they're swinging bottom. They have this ward down here for one more second, which sees No-Tail and Mid-1 backing away.
These guys are looking pretty dead here. Shot in from Fiverr. He's trying to get out. Now he's got the setup. They open it onto Mid-1 with that Abyss, but there's no escape. There's no help for Mid-1. Staxter as well tried to come to do something, but he cannot do so as Tundra. As long as they play around this Ursa, it's going to be very difficult for OG to deal with in these positions where OG is not ready as 5 members. Anytime they're split up at all, Tundra's lineup's going to kill them every time and very likely lose no one in return.
Just such a fast collapse. I mean, and you're already queuing up the next item because we said that butterfly from Jara. They do I think there was a rocket to scout behind too to see Saxa coming in, who was actually stopped canceling his sleep. Didn't find the opportunity. It's been Tundra now these last few moments, just really heads up plays and movements. Fada kind of leading the charge, leading the dictation of where they're going to be going. He's also getting significant farm. He's got a Hex queued up too, and they're really starting to pull ahead right now from OG. OG not getting their combos together, not being close together enough after that whole Roche situation. I think you said, so Blink is done. Now he pops and queues up the Blink.
I mean, it's the only thing that might help him a little bit, right? He knows that Skeeter is the big problem. He needs this.
They're ready for this fight again down bottom. All of OG's coming. They just saw Seb jump to the right side. They're actually recalling everybody to Fada. Now going to recall Void Spirit. All of OG at the ready this time.
Trying to go in on Skeeter. It's a hard target. Nine trying to draw them off to the side. OG kind of split with sort of who they want to chase.
Nice disengage by Tundra.
Yeah, they know exactly what OG's looking for here, and they're not giving it to him. Staying completely away. Managing to have a good read of sort of OG's attempts to get some sort of action. Comes to
Radiant's bottom tower
finding them alone, but Tundra just keeping a step ahead. They'll likely concede this tier 2. They're trying to
They're going to
hold
smoke again.
Maybe.
Nine just finished the BKB. I think that's why they were giving a little more respect. He was 100 gold off. And yeah, they're going to TP fight into here.
Yeah, if OG stick around trying to finish the tower, they might get a chance for a good catch onto them. Nine's going to start poking in towards Notel. Watch the BKB jumping over towards Raptor. They're taking out Seb. Saxon's going to go down as well. OG's got to retreat. They're trying to run, but Nine's got this continued control onto Midbon. Midbon's going to try and turn towards Skeeter, but Skeeter is in with the bashes on top of Midbon. Midbon tries to turn and fight back, but he cannot deal with the Ursa in his face. Nine continues to toy with Thompson on the back, buying time for the rest of them to continue to chase him down. Will manage to blink up to the side. He's going for the TP out, but he has to cancel it to the side. The Gremlin was out. Thompson will also fall, as OG just cannot get anything done right now. They stick around. They got the tower, but that was all the part of the plan for Tundra. As they come in with that sweep round from the high ground, and they win another solid team fight. They're now at 9K, and maybe OG's sort of crazy draft here has come to a bit of an end, as it doesn't seem to be working to the same extent that the Tundra's lineup is right now. As their Ursa Skeeter, he's just unstoppable. They cannot deal with him.
No, he's an absolute beast. And now he's actually switched. He had the MKB queued up, and he just goes, whatever, I've won SNY. Who cares? He wants status resist to be able to play around and all.
Yeah.
More movement speed, too. I mean, he's eating heroes anyway. I saw the Monkey King, Seb, in that last fight, got a pistol. 6 hits from Overpower. Another Overpower comes up, 6 hits, dead. And that's how the fight kicks off.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. Sure, there's a butterfly on Mid-1, but as you saw there, they don't really care too much about Mid-1 yet. The butterfly isn't scary enough on its own, and especially this stage where he still hasn't quite got the BKB. Yeah, they're killing him regardless if the Ursas are missing a few hits. So as long as Skeeter can stay alive, they're going to be in a pretty good position to win every fight they're in.
Yeah, absolutely. Now they even have, they've been winning all these fights, and now they even have a Will-O-Wisp on top too. So Fada, he actually switches from the Hex, he goes for this side, the Aghanims instead. This will be a great way. They can actually catch Seb off guard too. If he drops a Will-O-Wisp near trees, throws him off the trees, cuts him down. A lot of different things that they can do now in these fights. Quite some time ago that it was looking tough for Tundra, but Tundra has completely turned it around after that whole Roche situation. Full control, firm grasp.
9. Okay, he's gonna let's try to set things up on the Seb. BKB's out. Seb. A bit of annoyance there from these Viper strikes. Of course, 33 this Aghanims means. Yeah, it's going to be all over the place. 10-second cooldown, basically a 50% uptime on the Viper strike that he can just continue to throw down onto any of their cores and make it very hard for them to stay on any target.
Trying to space make however he can with these illusions, getting a meteor hammer up top. Decent damage on the tower. We'll put it into deny range, and they should be able to get it. They will.
Radiant's top tower has been denied.
Trying to think when the fights for OG get a little bit easier. I mean, they do have the Ghost Scepter on Topson, and they have a BKB now on Mid-1, which will give them some type of protection, but there's so much overwhelming damage from the Ursa, and he's getting on top of these heroes every time. It's hard. And now he's got the overpowered talent too, so he's got 9 hits instead of the 6. Let's see mid one. He's walking directly up the hill into them.
You can see, OG, as soon as whether they're around, OG, they're no longer quite as aggressive as they've been trying to play.
Oops, jumps into the remnant.
They're still a little scared about going here as well, though, Tundra. They want to wait for more information. See if OG really are trying to go for a fight here.
They have a feeling that Seb's still doing this. Monkey business in the trees. He's constantly scouting with remnants and rockets. Yeah, they still know. As soon as he jumps out now, yeah, they're still scouting. Neutral items being picked up. This will be a nice one for Thompson to not show his face and just hide in the back lines of Ninja Gear.
Yeah, this actually could make all the difference, because even if they do try and go for these blinks upon him, chances that Ninja Gear, they won't know exactly where he is, and he's able to get the blink away before Skeeter's ever gets the first hit, and Thompson's quick.
Yeah, he's keeping it too. Like, he had the option now to get a flicker, and he's keeping it. Now there's an illusion escape. This could be tempting for him to at least be switching in and out.
And it's up.
Are they going to be up to these big fights if OG's able to somehow get them back here? Yeah, Tundra just controlling this game for the last 10 plus minutes. Heater.
You're going to run into mid-bomb. Everyone trying to chase. Who's got with him? Yeah, the entirety of OG seems to be set for Tundra. Both teams just making sure that they're never really too far away from one each other right now. They know that the opposite side is always wanting to look to go for a 5-on-5, and especially around this sort of timing. Roshan's back up.
Skeeter can do some big stuff here too. He also has his own Ninja Gear. It's going to be back up in about 15 seconds if he'd like to go for some type of wraparound play to look for the sniper in those weird positions. I mean, he has the potential.
OG's trying to catch them from behind here. At the same time, Tundra, the smoke from the high ground. So he's going to make the jump first. As the balance down, the balance of the Ursa Skeeter will put the BKB 9 jumping in straight away. Overall stats, overall no tap. BKB down to Ripple, but they've got the control. The hookshot goes straight in. Behind time for Skeeter to just punch into the gyro, take mid one out. There'll be a buyback from no tap, but I don't think he's going to be able to do anything to save Thompson and Zeb here as Thompson jumped upon again by 9. Thompson is trying to hold his ground. He pops the ghost up to giving him some chance to run, but Skeeter's in with the abyssal. The ghost form comes to an end as Thompson falls. 4 dead on OG. As again, it just seems too hard for OG to fight right now. Tundra just too far ahead, and Skeeter just absolutely uncontrollable.
Again, they get the wraparound, they kill the 2 supports before the fight even starts. The 3v5 as soon as it kicks off. They find Stockton. It's just looking hard for OG to really kick any fight off. They don't want to start with just an initial sleep of him running in, since he has the ag. Because of the way it both goes down, he wants to be able to get it after these BKBs wore off. And they just find him immediately, so they can't actually look to reset at all, and it's just an awkward place for OG, and we're seeing Rapiers getting queued up. I think they're also feeling these last few moments have just been Tundra entirely favored.
Under attack.
Oh, they really have. The grass has been on the up and up for Tundra. It's just a question of, do OG have some sort of major strengths holding the high ground? I mean, they do have a sniper, but Thompson's build has just really taken a hit, it's slowed down completely really in the second half of this game with the way that these fights have been going, and it's at a point that even on the high ground, I don't think Tundra's going to be too fearful about just jumping past tier 3s and finding a way to get on top of him. They're ready to fight him under tier 4s with how big some of their heroes are.
Yeah, definitely don't want to make too many overzealous moves, though, jumping into that high ground. Just wait till OG looks to make the mistake. That's still a place, that's probably the only place where OG can come back. Now, it doesn't look like there's a single chance for them to win fights outside with the way that Tundra's been approaching, so don't lose to yourself now, pretty much, going on that high ground. They have such a good commanding lead, and yeah, still continuing to control the map very nicely. Swinging the way toward top, no hesitation after they get the other lanes pushed out.
Do see, of course, the kills at the top. Remember, it has aligned. Really, could this be a game where a turnaround occurs? It seems hard to find it right now with the way that Tundra's playing and how far ahead they are. Very hard to sort of see a way it turns around at this stage.
Dire's top tower
Yeah.
is under attack.
He's got about 8,000 gold in the bank.
He's just saving up.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
And level 27 as well. Absolutely top tier.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh, gee, they're going to have to head back soon. Do something about this defense. They do manage to get at least the bottom lane and the mid lane all quite pushed over, so we'll just have to be this top
Radiant's
wave
middle
to deal
tower
with.
is under attack.
Top's got an arcane, and he is a sniper, so he's gonna start getting this big defense. They're actually gonna be able to chase out for the recon risky.
Everyone's trying to go in on this. The Will-O-Wisp is down. Everyone wants the BKB. The Skeeter's in with the Abyssal. They'll try and knock him back with a concussive grenade, but he's able to get straight back in on the mid-one. Saxa will come in with the save. Pops the song, allows mid-one to retreat. Can they do anything aggressive with this? Saxa tries to lay down the Meteor Hammer, but Skeeter's already out with the Earth Shot. But they do save mid-one.
This is crazy too. Now that Will-O-Wisp is not an ultimate technically, I'm watching Fada just refresh its timer. He just is shocked from magic himself. He's almost back up now.
Oh, that's true actually.
Yeah,
and as you
he's
say, sure,
gonna do it again.
It's a little harder to get, but once you get it, it's better than ever.
Yep.
Mid-9. He's able to stimulate stun. He gets the setup on a turn, and there's the Will-O-Wisp. He's already back up. They're ready for another round. Skeeter's in trying to get it on a mid-one. Mid-one's out the side. He tries to get himself safe for the Ghost Center, but the blast comes in, finishes him off. Mid-one's down for 90. He's a massive glucose come off from Seb. Will allow him to take down Skeeter the once. Can they do it a second time? And then being in position, Skeeter getting forced out to the side. He's able to get out of the ult, but he'll be okay for now. Turn with the Vibe Stroke onto No-Tail. He's ready to go in for another round. The 9 jumps coming to stimulate. No-Tail's dead. Stun out onto Seb. Seb's out for the count for 100 seconds. None of their heroes with buyback available. As Tundra, they're ready to go for the objectives, ready to go for the game end. They know that these heroes are unable to buy back into this, or at least unlikely to do so with their recent item pickups. It is left to Saxa and Thompson to try and hold this off, but they can't. Skeeter's in onto Saxa. And they're ending the game in. A tier 4s are falling. 9. Over he goes. He does die. But Thompson has got a buyback. Saxon trying to slow this down with the song. It's only a half HP. They're able to finish it off no trouble as game 2 goes to Tundra. And OG, it was a wild draft. It was a wild ride. But one that I think they wanted to get off there for the last 20 minutes as it did go rather downhill for them. The sniper completely countered